What is up, Loudmouth Sports Talk, Loudmouth Sports Group? It is once again Sean and Luch coming to you, Loudmouth off the top rope. We have another great show lined up for you today. Make sure, folks, before anything, you go to bombshellbowling.com/Loudmouth Sports Talk. Get your apparel today. T-shirts $20, hoodies are $40. Any 2XL or bigger on the hoodies is $45. Same with the shirts. Anything bigger than 2XL is $25. Make sure you go to bombshellbowling.com/Loudmouth Sports Talk. Miss Michelle brings us great products all the time. Also, here's our schedule for the week that you guys like to see. Of course, we are off the top rope Saturdays at 4 p.m. Sundays are our off day, but we do have the selection show that's on tomorrow at 10 a.m. Make sure you tune in for that. Dame calls game at 8:30 on Mondays. Then we have Into the Trenches on Wednesdays, Head of the Curves on Thursdays with Robbie, and Mucking and Grinding on Friday. And then back to your favorite wrestling show on Saturdays at 4 p.m.
All right, Sean.
What?
Sean, listen. I know we had a little promo war going on today. But after sitting with my team, we came to the conclusion that Sean, I'm just above you. I'm above you. Taking this challenge would be a slap in my own face. You can't start here the first day and get a shot at the team, Sean. It doesn't work like that. This title represents greatness. You can't be average and hold this. This title holds weight. My name holds weight. Don't worry, though. I handpicked an opponent for you. This person is more your level. I brought him on my team to handle my light work. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here today. He's handling some other business I have him on. But don't you worry. Next week, he'll be here, and he'll be ready. But one more thing, Sean. You don't or you can't beat my handpicked opponent next week. You will never, ever get a shot at this gold as long as Loudmouth Luch is the champion. So you better come ready and prepared, because if you don't, my boy's going to kick your ass up and down. You better come prepared, Sean, because I'm the man. And it ain't going to stop today, tomorrow, or next week. I'm here to stay. I'm not going anywhere. And this gold ain't going anywhere either, okay? Jabroni.
Are you done? Are you done?
Am I talking?
Yeah, you done? You done?
I think I'm done. I shut up.
Boosting the whatever ego you have. Are you done? You sit there.
Talk, or are you just going to sit there and think of you don't even know what to say right now, Sean. You don't even know what to say.
Listen, Luch, you sit there with your title that you bought, mind you. You didn't earn it. You didn't win it. You bought it. You bought it. You're on. We can't even hear you talking right now. So here's the thing. You're on a show that you were never meant to be on. Loudmouth off the top rope was my show. My show. I started it. And somebody who I brought on as a guest host texted me that very day, bro, you gotta get me on. You gotta put me on the show. Bro, I'm a huge fan. You gotta put me on. So I went and I talked to the owners of Loudmouth and said, hey, I have my cousin. He's a huge fan. He wants to be on more. And they sat on it. It's only because you posted a few extra photos and shared content that Courtney Brown was nice enough to even put you on the show.
The funny thing is,
shut your mouth.
The funny thing is, who was sharing it? I never seen any wrestling shit getting shared before I joined the team. I elevated this show. I elevated it.
I'm talking right now.
I elevated it.
I'm talking right now.
I elevated it.
Here's the thing, Luch. Courtney Brown made you an admin after I don't know how many weeks because he felt sorry for you. He knew how much you wanted to be on my show. And then you go and have the audacity.
Your show. Look at them comments, Sean. The comments don't say your name, baby. Them comments say Luch. Look for president. Luch is champ. Luch is the best. And Luch is the GOAT. You better just sit down, relax, and sip on your little sippy cup because you can't sit at the big boy table.
I'm looking right here,
you can't sit at the big boy table.
All I'm seeing is your friends who feel sorry for you.
Oh, no.
Luch with the belt and Sean. All this crap.
This is the Luch show. You see it, Sean. You see it. I can't go anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here to stay. I'm here to stay.
Listen, Luch. All 5 foot of you. Listen. We are
5 feet. It's solid.
We're family. We're family. But you need to realize something. When a certain member of our family passed away, I step up. I carry your Susassimo legacy, not you. You'll carry the Susassimo legacy.
The belt.
You'll carry it someday.
Who got the rings and who got the belt?
You'll carry the Susassimo legacy someday, and that's when I decide to let you carry that Susassimo legacy. Until then, just sit there, shut up, do your job, and be a good little co-host that you are.
I'm the champion. People, when they see Off the Top Rope going live, they say, "Oh shit, Loudmouth Luch about to be on." That's the champion. I'm the champion, Sean. You don't get it. Week in and week out, the comments steady say Luch for president, Luch 2020. So listen, because I pay him. Listen. Len, yes, you are. This is promo school, baby. Listen, because Sean needs to learn a thing or two about promos. Okay? I'm the champ. I'm the chief.
You're the chief. Listen,
you were here right now, and I'll tell you when to talk. I'll tell you when to talk, Sean. I'm the Don. I tell you when to speak, not the other way around.
You're far from the Dawn. I'll smack you in those lips.
I'm the Dawn. I'm the Dawn. Kiss my ring.
Kiss my ass. I'll smack you in those lips so quick your fucking grandmother will feel it, all right?
I'm the champion.
Hold on to that title for me for a little bit. Hold on to it for me for a little bit. Sean Christopher, just to let you know, he never took the show from me. All right. All of you are commenting for Big Luch. You're nothing. You didn't even know about. You don't even know nothing. So just shut your mouth.
I'm the champion.
Language.
Yeah, Sean, tell him.
Shut up, Justin.
Language children. Listen, I'm the champ. Okay. And until next week, when my hand-picked opponent is here, Sean, you better be ready. You better be doing push-ups and eating your Wheaties because the man I'm about to bring will destroy worlds, not just people, worlds. This man is going to be something. Will he be bigger than me? Never that.
everybody's bigger than you.
He
right?
will be the man. They might taller than me, Sean, but their name doesn't carry the weight that mine does. Sean, it's different. There's a difference. There's a difference. Okay? You mentioned Sean Evans, people say, oh. You mentioned Loudmouth Luch, then people know who I am. And it's on the comments. It's not just in my shop. It's everywhere, baby. It's everywhere. They know Loudmouth Luch everywhere. Luch is known, and he's known for being the champ. If you can beat my hand-picked opponent next week, you might get a shot. Might. Or you might have to go against somebody else on Team Luch.
Here's the funny thing, Luch, is I don't have to go against you to become champion because I'm already champ.
Where's your belt? Where's the belt, Sean? Prove it.
You're holding it for me. You're holding it for me.
Oh, stays on my shoulder. This is meant for me. This is mine.
Because you bought it.
Mine. This is mine. I earned it. I earned it.
You didn't earn
years. Earned it. Earned it. So you just sit back, okay? And you know what, actually, Sean? I'm feeling a little parched. Can you go get me some water before I go into the next segment, please? Thank you. So, guys, in last week's wrestling, I thought there was pretty good shows. SmackDown, was a solid show. Very solid. Very solid.
One of the most solids in a while.
Yeah, best SmackDown show I've seen in about a month, maybe, I would say. I mean, this one, and to be honest, next week, they set us up.
The Go Home show was pretty good going into the Go Home show was pretty good. I can tell you that. The Go Home show was pretty good. That was pretty solid. And I know you're laughing because of all the comments. That's great. I love it. I love it. I love it. Did you the bags under the champ? He stayed up all night trying to figure out how to make the true champ look good. That's good. That's funny. Funny, Sean. Very funny. But
Sean knows.
No, I thought the Go Home show was just as solid as this week's show. So.
Oh yeah, but I think next week, man, we got a women's title match. Big match is actually coming like next week. I forgot all of them, but I definitely am looking forward to the Sasha Bailey because I think it's going to end in a either Sasha's going to take it overboard or Bailey just to escape, which is my prediction is that they're going to be in the match and Bailey's just going to like run away, grab the title and run, which is going to set up Hell in a Cell where you can't leave. You can't get out and you're locked in. So I really to see them in Hell in a Cell because that will be
Sasha gets DQ'd because she pulls out like kendo sticks and shit like that. You know,
I like this a little bit of a ruthless side of. I think it's amazing.
I like the ruthless side of both of them. It's they were always ruthless, but I think Bailey wasn't, but I think Sasha was always ruthless, but I think she really dug deep into this one of being ruthless.
Oh yeah, I mean Bailey's gimmick is solid. If they have her change her gimmick, they're messing up. She's a true heel. And speaking of heels, we have, everybody thought, and everybody, and in my opinion, thinks that MJF might be the best heel right now, and I agree with that.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that.
We got a running up. We got a runner up, and his name's Roman Reigns. Okay, he's climbing the charts as this heel that is a badass. Okay, and I'm loving it more and more each week. More and more. He told Paul Heyman, Paul Heyman looks scared when Roman speaks. When Roman looks at him, he gets this look like, oh, shit. Like, younger Brock put that fear in the Paul.
No, I don't think younger Brock did put a fear in the Paul because Paul was very, advocate, very like you never like Paul was never really scared of the younger Brock. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, he did whoop his ass a few times though.
They were good friends. They were good friends.
His ass a few times.
What's that?
Brock did whoop his ass a few times.
That's after like Brock. That's after like Paul Heyman turned on him.
Oh yeah.
So like we're talking like Paul Heyman being on your side, but he's scared of you. Brock's never had that. Like Paul Heyman was never scared being on Brock's side.
I don't know. I feel like I've seen episodes and he looks a little scared, but he really looks scared with Roman. Like genuinely looks scared. And when he told Paul, "You can't call me Tribal Chief because Jay didn't call me Tribal Chief."
Oh, that was fucking magic.
Hell in a Cell is going this. I think that they're going to let Roman and Jay like go at it.
I think blood. I think they'll allow blood.
Oh, there's definitely going to be color, 100%. I don't see it. I mean, I think this is going to be the one where if they want to make this thing huge, during the thing you have Roman beat the shit out of Jay and have either Rikishi or Roman's father come down. I feel like you need to bring a legend from the Samoans into this and have Roman spear them thing to prove like, listen, I'm the big dog. I don't care who steps in.
Here's the thing, then you can't have you can have Rikishi come down, but you couldn't have Sika come down. You couldn't have Roman's father come down and take a bump. He can't take a bump.
But you could bring Rikishi. He can take a bump.
Rikishi could take a bump, yes.
And then that could lead The Rock into the play even more than now. Because obviously now we see that The Rock is watching. He's sending tweets during Friday Night SmackDowns. He's commenting on what he's saying about being Tribal Chief. So it's all leading up to a match that I cannot wait for.
Well, I mean, if you think back, like I think it was like a couple years ago, Brock did say that he would love to have a match with Roman. So
yeah,
and I mean they did have that kind of interjection of meeting when Roman was on the Shield and they power bombed him. So
yeah.
You know it's all leading up, and I think I'm sorry, you just have to have like this has to be like a big Samoan war come WrestleMania.
And
a Samoan War kind of deal, because then that I think that I don't know what kind of matches they have in Samoa, but make it some type of match like that where he has to prove to be Tribal Chief.
I mean, you could do a cinematic. This could be a cinematic. You bring it, you take it to like an island. You have them fight on like the beach. And there's tiki torches around. The family is there. Yes. The family's there. It's kind of like a I don't want to say like a fight pit, but like how they're in the middle of their family and they're fighting to see who's chief and who's going to take over the Samoan dynasty since Umaga passed away. Because I do believe that Umaga was the one who was supposed to carry the legacy.
Yeah.
So I would like to see, I mean, a cinematic match, maybe not for WrestleMania. I would like to see a normal match, just a normal wrestling match. But you could bring it in to set up a Mania match. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing The Rock in a couple pay-per-views.
Here's the thing: if you do a cinematic match prior to Mania, and then go like you have the cinematic match and Roman wins, then what's the point of having a regular match at Mania when he's already Tribal Chief?
I mean,
when he's already proved dominance, like what's the point of having that regular match?
No, I mean I agree, but I'm just saying, like, if you want to do it that way, but like I hope that as much as like you could do a cinematic for this, I wouldn't want it to be. I would want it just to be like a downright war, like no disqualification, maybe last man standing. I mean, if you want to make it who's chief, a last man standing would be amazing. Like, I don't see why it wouldn't. Like, last man.
But here's my thing: is if they do make a last man standing with The Rock and Roman, The Rock cannot go over. He just can't.
No, but I don't think that they're going to let The Rock. I think The Rock's going to pass the torch. I think The Rock's going to be like, listen, this is my last match with my family.
Yes.
And you are now the Samoan chief. You are the chief now because I can't be the chief. I'm going to go off and do Hollywood and make billions on billions of dollars. So I think no matter what, I don't see The Rock coming out on top regardless of anything, because I feel like The Rock's getting old. Like, honestly, like,
oh yeah,
and I feel like he loves the business, but I don't feel like he wants to be like a Rick.
Yeah, the last match he was in, he tore like his abductor and shit. Like he tore his abs and shit like that in his last match. So he's not getting any, like you said, he's not getting any younger. But yeah, you definitely have. I love to see a Samoan War, and it's been good TV. It's been good TV on Friday nights.
Oh yeah, I mean Friday nights have been amazing.
And here's the thing: as I don't think anybody. I need to put this out there because I don't think anybody's noticing much. I mean, me and you probably notice it, but if you watched the Clash of Champions when Roman is beating the shit out of Jay, and Jimmy's like, trying to like hold back from throwing the towel because he wants to listen to Jay and not throw the towel. You could literally hear Heyman begging Jimmy to throw the towel in.
No, yeah.
And he does. But then after the match, if you noticed, Roman told, Paul to go get him something, and he came in with the roses, with the lei.
Yeah.
And he put the lei on him because that's what Jay was wearing. Now people thinking, no, he took Jay's shit. No, if you actually go back to think, The Rock's father, Peter Maivia, passed away. What did The Rock wear at the funeral? He wore that same lei, which shows you are tribal chief. So that is a setup.
Yeah, that would be.
After that, if you watched again, when Roman came out with Paul after Alexa Bliss kind of went crazy before they cut that promo, and she was walking past, and she walked past Roman.
She stopped.
She stopped and looked dead cold through Roman. I mean, fucking pierced through him. So I mean that's there too. I mean, Roman's eventually gonna have to fight the Fiend, and I don't know why, because
you're making the Fiend look weak, and it's something you already did, and they fucked it up.
Yes.
They really did. You wanted to make the Fiend look unstoppable, and I believe his first pay-per-view he was okay, but everything after that he lost.
Yeah, he literally got the nod from John Cena at Mania,
and then got shit on after that.
And then got shit on after that. I mean, if you want the Fiend to be dominant, I mean, he can be dominant, but he can't.
Like, you can't have him lose every fucking match.
You can't have him lose every match.
Like, you can have Bray Wyatt lose. But when it comes to the Fiend, who's supposed to be like the demon of demons or whatever, he should not be losing as much as he is.
No.
Like, honestly, like, dude is losing way too much.
Yeah.
And
I mean, the Goldberg. They had him lose the Gold. They had him lose the Goldberg.
That right then and there, he should have known. At that moment, I am going to be not so much a laughing stock, but people are going to laugh at me because I don't know. I read that Vince loved the idea of the Fiend.
He did. I think he likes the promos. It was more the promos and the segments that he was loving so much.
But Bray is so talented.
He is. He's phenomenal.
In the ring, he is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he is fast. He's agile for his size.
And wearing a fucking man, and wearing a sweater during your match.
Yes, and then when you're not wearing that, you're wearing a mask. Like, yeah. But did you see that Vince is going to allow Twitches, Cameos, YouTubes, and other third-party things as long as
the percentage goes back to him.
Yes, as long as by the end of October, WWE needs to have everybody's password and username to monitor what they are doing on their page. I
like the idea for the simple fact that you have to listen. Here's the thing with it, okay? I mean, this is where it gets shady because of privacy and all this shit. Now, but here's my problem is when they weren't monitoring, they had a great Dolph Ziggler angle and it got fucked up because of Dolph Ziggler, Lana, Rusev. Dolph Ziggler, Lana, Rusev got screwed up. That was a great angle.
That was Lana.
It got screwed up because, that happened with the whole
just say it. Lana did it. Lana fucked it up.
Lana fucked it up.
Lana fucked it up.
So I get it why they need to monitor because they want to make sure like certain shit doesn't get out.
Yeah, I get that. But at the end of the day, we know about it. At the end of the day, it gets out anyways. So I get it how Vince in his mind is still very old school where he believes that the wrestler should live their gimmick 24/7, 365. In the world we live in today, that is physically not possible. No. Physically not possible. I feel like Vince needs to understand the world that we live in today and start to maybe loosen the reins of how strict he is with certain things. Because here's the thing. I don't know too many wrestlers that stay in character on the internet. I don't know too many.
MJF stays in character now. The Miz stays.
I mean, Ryback, if you want to consider him.
Yeah.
Undertaker.
Taker
he still does to this day.
Shit. And he's not even in the wrestling business. Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Still stays in character.
Yeah.
That man looks to cut promos all day. Even though
that man looks to charge you $20 for a photo also every day. But we're not going to get into that. Cheap bastard. But yeah. I can't stand Hulk Hogan. If anyone didn't notice that, I cannot stand
Hulk Hogan. Liked him as a kid.
Yeah. When I was a kid too, I liked him.
I liked him, but now
I know the adult version of Hulk Hogan, he's an asshole.
Yeah.
And like a racist piece of shit.
Yeah.
But we're not even going to get into that.
No.
But I just think that Vince needs to lighten up a little bit.
Yes.
Vince McMahon and Triple H's relationship is complicated with WWE Draft. Wow. I don't see that being good in any way for real. If they are having problems already with that, that's not going to be good. I think the draft is one of the stupidest things that they're doing anyways. Like, everyone already goes brand to brand. What's the point of having a draft?
Yeah. I hate the draft. I hate the idea of the draft. I get it. You might want to shake things up and bring certain superstars over to SmackDown and Raw. I mean, you're already doing it with like Mandy going to Raw and shit like that. But and you killed the whole gimmick of Mandy and Otis.
That shit wasn't going anywhere anyways.
And where's it going now? I mean, he has the Money in the Bank. The year is coming.
Not going to go anywhere. It's going to expire, or he's going to give it to somebody else. Or he's going to cash it in on something really fucking stupid, like the tag
Yeah.
Team titles or C championship or some bullshit. That's what I'm reading, at least.
I probably only can't even cash in on 24/7 because that's on Raw. So,
but Braun, that's the thing though. The open invitation, you can, which is the whole point of why the fuck is the draft even a thing anymore? When there's open invitation, it's why? Like, why is there a draft still? The draft wasn't good back in 2005, and it's not good now.
It's horrible.
Like,
I don't get his mindset with the draft. I just like I seen that and I was like, why are we?
If it's an open brand, why? It would be different if we're still doing SmackDown versus Raw versus NXT. If we're going to compete with each other week in and week out, that's different. That's different. But you're not. That's stupid.
Now here's my question with the draft. Are we now? If we go out and they say we're gonna have the draft and they're drafting people from NXT either to Raw or SmackDown, okay, that makes some sense. But even then, you know, you said there's the open invitation.
Exactly. So what's the point? So somebody could leave, and so Adam Cole could leave NXT, go to Raw because he's babyface now, or he's making the change.
He's making a transition.
But then he can still come to NXT to verse Robert Strong or anybody he wants. So what's the point of the draft? Just let him go to Raw or let him go to SmackDown and still fight whoever he wants week in and week out of whatever show. And that's vice versa for anybody. Like, why? Why is the draft still a thing in 2020? Like, I just don't get the whole draft thing. I really never did. Right. Back when they were like, going against each other, I understood. But now, I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. You know? And then obviously WWE teases Bad Romance for Alexa Bliss and Bray Wyatt. Which is, dude. When she looked at listen, that promo was the shit. She literally said he did not. Well, I can't remember the words exactly, but he didn't do anything to me. He cleansed me. I see the world clear now. I was like, yes, this is what it's happening right now. And it is happening. And I was so excited, so geeked, and I was marking out. Like, you can ask Elisa. I was freaking out. I was so happy to finally see this storyline come together. It's been going on since Extreme Rules, where they teased it?
Yeah.
They teased this at Extreme Rules in the Swamp match, and it finally came. Thank God.
Yeah.
They did do a very good job of dragging this one. They did do a good job on that one.
Yeah, they did. I give them credit. Did they drag it out longer than I wanted to? Yes.
In a way, but it was good.
The House Show of Horrors, when you didn't bring them out, like you didn't have Alexa come out, that was like, where are we going with it?
So, when Bray was like, I have a special guest?
Yeah, no.
When the Walrus?
During the one pay-per-view when Alexa never came out during the Fiend and Braun Strowman match.
Oh, yeah. I expected that, but I really wasn't upset that it didn't happen. To be honest, this happening I thought it was really good. I thought it was a really good turn. Like, really good. Would I have liked to see it be with somebody else other than Kevin Owens? Yeah. Because in my opinion, Kevin Owens kind of he came in the man and then just started to get smacked around.
He's becoming a jobber. Like,
I'm seriously. Sean, that hurts me, man. That fucking hurts, bro.
But like,
he's fucking amazing.
He's amazing, but doesn't it seem like they're making him
ROH matches are golden, and they just have him running around chasing a pirate with one eye, and now they have him going against the Fiend. I don't know what's going on anymore with KO. I like him. He's definitely still. I love the KO show. I think that was a good thing that WWE did with him.
Yeah.
Because if there's one thing Kevin Owens knows what to do is work a microphone. That's a fact.
Yeah, that is. I'll give. Yeah, Kevin Owens knows how to work a mic. He's top notch. So I mean, it does.
So what do you actually think about Roman versus Jay in like an actual Hell in a Cell match?
Oh my God!
Wait a minute. Before that, when did Jay become so big he could beat AJ Styles? I'm sorry. I am a fan of the Usos. A huge fan. They are definitely my top 2 tag teams of today.
Yeah.
It might be in my top 5 of all time, but Jay Uso is not, I'm sorry, not at the level to beat such a name as AJ Styles.
No,
that is a slap in AJ Styles' face. That was a slap in his face.
I'm happy that you're saying it because I thought you were going to say the other way, that Jay's definitely the top-notch guy. And
no, he's good. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. He is a good wrestler. And he's getting better on the mic. His brother's better, and I will say it. Jimmy is better than Jay in the ring.
Yeah. Ability-wise, like wrestling-wise, yes.
Better than Jimmy on the mic. That's why they carry each other very well.
Right.
But
now here's my thing, Des. When you said that, I was really surprised because I really thought you were going to say Jay is on that level of AJ Styles.
That's my man.
Just because of how like weak your wrestling knowledge is and shit. So I get it. But I mean, I digress. But it's just, that was a big slap in the face to AJ Styles. Huge slap. I mean, you're basically
he just faced the Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Yeah, he almost beat the Undertaker, and you're
almost beat the Phenom.
And he's making a pin on a.
And Jey Uso does a frog splash, and it's over.
Jey Uso's been out of action for how long up until that point?
Bro. That exactly what I was saying. I was like sitting there with my jaw dropped when the ref's hand hit the mat for 3. I was like, now I understand they're trying to build this thing with him.
They're building Jay. I get it.
But you do not give him the likes of AJ Styles. I mean, like, I get it because you beat a big name.
But then who do you bring out then? If you don't bring AJ Styles out, who do you bring out?
Who's his next opponent? But now he just beat AJ, right?
Yeah.
Next week, let's say he's in a match. Who? It has to be somebody almost at the same caliber or above as AJ. So it has to be somebody that's very skilled. If they're really trying to put him, in heavyweight competition, who you go like week in and week out, he's gonna get hurt before the fucking match because what's up?
Take over real quick.
All right. Because he's big.
Yeah.
He is. Jey Uso is not a small dude by any means, but at the same time, he is not on the level of an AJ Styles. Roman's not even on that level, and he's champion. So I don't know, but I just hope that they do something different with Jay once this is all through. I'm hoping that we get a Samoan faction out of this. And then we also, pretty much almost everybody knew, we got Carmella is definitely the mystery girl, is definitely Carmella. Showed her face yesterday.
That's just Disappointing.
I knew. Who did you want?
I don't know, but I didn't want her.
There was a comment on one of my posts I made that said she is a white Sasha Banks with white hair. So, yeah. I don't know. I mean, she's going to come back as a heel.
What's her gimmick, though? Like,
she said that she's tired. She's not going to dance around and do stuff anymore. She's not going to be like dancy and all energetic. Like, she's about her business. And the only time you can put hands on her is if she wants you to or something like that. It was something like, I mean, it wasn't bad. Was it good? I wouldn't say that.
She wasn't even that great of a wrestler prior to that. So what are we talking about?
Not terrible. Not the worst. We have Nia Jax here.
I mean, you're going to put her. I think this is where you pull Corey Graves from the booth and put her as a man.
No. I do Corey as a manager. As a manager.
I mean, not as a manager, but maybe.
So what? Like a James Ellsworth type of thing?
No, you can't do James Ellsworth, Corey Graves. But I mean, maybe it's in a way he's still behind a booth, but she always runs to him.
I mean, you could bring on. I mean, everybody knows they're in a relationship. You can bring that onto the storyline, but I don't know. I mean,
well, this is a great way to turn Corey really heel behind that color commentating.
Corey's definitely heel.
Yeah, but I mean, really, like he can bring out even more because when Carmella's out there and they're talking shit on her, he can really come out and.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I guess. But I don't know. I like it. I hope that they actually do something with her. I don't think she's terrible talent.
Of course she would like it. Of course.
She's not terrible talent. She's not injuring people like somebody, 3-4 people. And it's definitely like, and nobody can tell me all those are an accident.
But Nia
Jax, don't injure. Yeah, Nia Jax, you don't injure 3 or 4 people, and that's an accident.
Well, then we got to say Seth Rollins didn't injure 3 or 4 people, and it wasn't an accident.
But all of them people have went on to state that it either wasn't his fault or like they talked about it and everything's okay. But like, not one person has came and talked about.
That's Triple H's little fucking baby.
Nia. Ain't nobody talk about Nia.
Because no one's there, like no one's backing Nia. Like the game has, like Triple H has Seth has the backing of Triple H and Vince McMahon.
Well, that is kind of true. But breaking news. This is like actually breaking news.
Breaking news. You're a horrible person at this job.
Breaking news is WWE finished with Raw Underground segment. I actually don't think it would be a bad idea. I mean, they broke it up and then they just shit on it. It's just like the biggest thing for me was to have Braun versus the big boy. I forget his name, like Taba Kanta or Daba something, but big dude. That was the best thing that happened the whole time Raw Underground was on.
But big dude whooped his ass too. Big dude whooped Braun's ass. So
Braun won.
Braun
won. Which, again, WWE doing a great job of building somebody just to get slapped on. Why? You have these people that could be big. Like, listen, Big Show's not around anymore. You need somebody to fill his shoes. Braun, maybe that's what they're doing. They're molding Braun to go into his 7,000 face and heel turns. So, yeah. Maybe they're doing that with Braun. Maybe that's why they switched him. I think Braun's going to Raw. Actually, let's do that right now. From SmackDown, who do you see going, like leaving Raw, SmackDown, or NXT? Adam Cole's leaving NXT. He's gone.
He's gone. He's going to go to Raw. He's going to go to Raw.
I think Keith Lee might go to SmackDown. You put him on SmackDown, he's going to do better than Raw, in my opinion. They don't know what to do with him on Raw.
Yeah. You put him on SmackDown, maybe he's the next opponent for Roman Reigns.
Maybe.
Because you don't really have big guys on SmackDown that can really challenge Roman Reigns.
Put Bray and Alexa on Raw.
Yes.
Put Bray and Alexa on Raw.
To go after Drew McIntyre.
Yeah. I mean, why not? I mean, because obviously, I don't know if you watched Raw either, but I think Randy's done with I don't know. He cut a promo saying he wants another match, which I don't get it. But he did end up in the Legends round.
Randy, say you put Randy in the title on Randy, right? And you bring Alexa and The Fiend to Raw. The Bray and Randy already have a history. Burned down Sister Abigail's house.
Yeah, and he was in the wires, and he turned his back, just like John, just like Daniel Bryan. He used the same fucking thing.
Yeah, if you use that in a way to go after Randy for the title.
I mean, maybe I would. I mean, shit. I think Drew and fucking Bray would tear the house to shit.
Yeah,
Bray and Drew.
Yeah, but here's
my thing. They would tear the house down.
They would tear it down. But you would have. Sorry. At that point, you have to have the Fiend win.
Yeah. Yeah, but what I was trying to say is I think they're done. I think Randy's going to be done with this Drew thing.
Yeah, I think Randy's done. I think you need, if he's going to have this legend killer mentality, he's already taken out Rick, Michael,
HBK, and Christian.
All again in the poker room. So.
Yeah, again, and I mean that segment, people. I mean, Jesus Christ.
The whole janitor and
listen. At first, I thought it was Retribution.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Oh shit! Like this is about to get real." Like I thought Big Show was going to knock his ass out, and then he like took off the thing, and it was Randy, and I was like, "Okay, this could go somewhere." But then he put on these skiing goggles. And I was like, oh, God.
Night vision goggles.
Oh, God. And then he walks in. Okay. If this man has whooped all of your asses week in and week out, if he walks in the door, not one of you guys are going to get up and try to go after him. You know he's going to whoop your asses. You know he's here for business. Y'all, all four of you could have jumped his ass. But y'all let him shut the lights off and whoop y'all asses. I mean, he shut them lights up. Bro, I'm sorry. That was the stupidest segment.
It was a dumb segment.
Oh, my. Night vision goggles. Like, really? We're there now? We're at the point of night vision goggles? And shutting 60-year-old men? Oh, my God.
Here's the funny thing, man. I don't know if you watched it. Because after Clash, did you catch Kurt Angle's?
Stone Cold. I started watching it last night and I fell asleep. But from what I got through, it was amazing. I need to finish it.
Amazing.
It's good.
Did you get to the part where they talked about him and Stephanie kissing?
Yes, that was.
I was dying. I was laughing so hard. He was like, Vince is like 3 feet away. You kiss like a fish. He goes, I don't want to kiss it. The fish is right there.
I mean that kind of would be awkward, man. That's like your boss's daughter, and like I don't know, and he is staring right at you.
He's so, like
like I don't know about being. I wouldn't be scared, but I'd be like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Like,
if I open my mouth,
if I kiss her too much, I'm gonna be in trouble. If I don't kiss her enough, he's gonna say I'm not doing it right. Or too much, Triple H is gonna get pissed on top of everything. So I'm gonna be in a shitload of trouble because if it came down to a fist fight between Kurt Angle and Triple H.
Triple H would whoop his ass.
I'm taking Triple H. To be honest, I'd take Kurt over Vince, though. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I'd take Kurt over because Vince is big. So I feel like he'd be like so slow. It'd just be like.
But Triple H is big too.
Yeah, but from what I heard, he's athletic. I heard Vince can't even dribble a basketball. Like, I heard Vince is not athletic at all. Did you ever hear the story that Edge said that he tore his
both quads? Yeah.
Both doing the Vince McMahon strut to the ring. Dude.
And then he comes in the ring and tears both quads.
And let's be honest, okay? Nobody has a strut like Vince McMahon. Nobody. Back in the day, when I was a kid, the way he walked to the ring,
when you were like
imitate it. Like, yeah, like he put his arms like all the way out, would swing them side to side. Like he was like, I was like, what are you doing?
But that strut is a famous strut, man.
Bruh, exactly. Like people, if you walk, a wrestling fan will know exactly what you're doing. If you do that walk, they'll know what you're doing.
It's just like when you're doing this, woo! Like people know what you're doing.
People exactly.
There's certain struts that you do. The water spit. If you spit your water, they know what you're doing. Wrestling fans, you know.
Exactly. And I mean, the Vince McMahon strut. Jesus Christ, that thing is ridiculous. But let me see. All right. Whoa, I didn't even see that one. Kofi Kingston picks female superstar he would add to New Day. Let's see who he would pick. I didn't even get to read this one yet. Sasha Banks, they said would make a good addition to New Day.
That'd be like a slap in the face there.
I don't know. I mean, like Sasha, I would say Fitz Bailey would make a fantastic add to the New Day.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'd say Sasha.
The old Bailey gimmick would, but
yeah,
Sasha Banks. Yeah, but Sasha Banks isn't that like she's not like that. It's not a gimmick. That's just not. But before we end this,
she could be.
Before we end this show, we were talking prior to coming on that if Brock Lesnar would have not left at the time, around that time right after Goldberg and shit. Yeah, take it off because that's not even real. So if you would have him if he had not left wrestling at the time he did, they lost a big asset. Simple as that. When Brock left, they lost a big asset. And would his name be bigger than John Cena's? Those two names would be the biggest names going down. And I think Brock would have been the face of the company if he not.
Sean, he's not face material. He's not face material. You see Brock? Do you see Brock complains about the schedule now? He complained about the schedule before when he was a young buck that could still do it.
No, he didn't. He didn't complain about the schedule then.
That's why he left. He said he couldn't do the everyday thing. It's on the documentary. He said he could not do the everyday thing. He talked to Vince about the schedule. And he said, after my contract's done. I'm gone because I can't handle the schedule. Which is why he only shows up 3 times a year now. Which is exactly the reason why he cannot handle the schedule.
Okay,
Cena.
So he couldn't handle the schedule. Let's say he could have handled the schedule, right? And he wouldn't have left. He said, I can handle the schedule. He would have been the face.
Because he wanted to do what Cena did. Cena elevated this. Cena elevated wrestling. Cena made it not to Hulk Hogan and John Cena and DX are like three people that made it cool to watch wrestling. Cena made it cool to watch wrestling.
But Cena also drove the product down because of it too. He put it at that.
He didn't drive the product down. He noticed the shit was changing. There wasn't teenagers watching this anymore. It was kids. You can't be saying, "Oh, I'm gonna have Rhino suck my," and having these little kids say "dick." Like, there's certain things that you can and can't do. He didn't wash the business. He made it for today's generation. Today's generation ain't like ours. Like, they're not built like us in any way. So they wouldn't be able to handle what we watched. So changed his gimmick, which helped Vince realize that he needed to change in general, in a whole, to make sure that WWE would not fail, but not be as big as it is.
Okay, so then if you do that, but how many times during that time period do we go, "Oh my God, John Cena won the championship"?
Never.
Times do we do that?
You might have did that. You might have said that. You might have. There might have been some fans that said that, but a lot of fans were happy to see Cena carry the belt because Cena represented the people. Cena represented us when he held that belt because he knew exactly how to hold it. He was a people's champion. Brock is not that. Brock is the champion. When Brock was the champion, he showed up every other month for 2 minutes and would leave and get right back on a jet and fly right back home. Like
how you show up on the show with just the belt.
Would he be bitching? Cena put his blood, sweat, and tears.
Just
he
like
put his blood, sweat and tears into this. And so, Brock, yes, but not like Cena. Not the slightest.
So it's almost like with this show, how you just showed up, bought yourself a belt, made yourself champion, and you just show up week in, week out.
Hey, listen, if people like what they see, they keep tuning in. So I can't help it if this is what they want to see. If this is what they want to see, that's what I'm going to give them. I'm going to give them the champ.
Even though you're not
the champ.
Even though you're not the champ, but that's okay.
I'm going to give them the champion, and that's it. Just like Cena gave the people what they want. The people wanted to see Cena. The people want to see Loudmouth Luch. I understand where Cena's coming from because we all, me and Cena have to carry this shit on our back every day. Every day.
So now since you like, because you've met Cena when you were like 3 foot nothing and you were like 5 or 6, and then he threw up because you couldn't even stay the whole time, you think you're on Cena's level.
Lies. Listen,
you didn't throw up. You didn't throw up.
No, I threw up. I threw up. Listen, I threw up, but I got through it, the whole thing. But listen, I'm the champ. Okay, you can throw your little itty bitty shade. You can throw your little comments, because that was the past. I am the present and the future of Off the Top Rope. And I think you're just going to have to deal with that because this belt's not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. And if you want it, you're going to have to beat my hand-picked opponent next week.
Well, then who's your hand-picked opponent?
You'll see next week.
Oh, there's no wait until next week. You can let me know the hand.
You'll see him next week. He couldn't be here today, like I said earlier, because he is handling other business of mine.
Oh, what do you like?
He's handling other business of mine. He will be here next week. Mark my words. Sean, you just be ready. Because remember what I said. If you can't beat my hand-picked opponent, you don't get a shot at this. You won't even get the look in this direct beat my handpicked opponent next week. So you better come prepared and come ready, because I know for a fact that my man is going to come ready and prepared, because he is always ready.
Your man ain't coming ready. Your man ain't coming prepared because you got no one. You
just wait till next week. Just wait till next week, Sean.
You sit there with your fake belt and that fake gold necklace around your neck.
This weighs more than everything you own.
Your little faggot pinky ring that you think you're cool or something.
Listen,
with
you're just mad. You don't got the gold. You don't got the gold. I understand. People get jealous. I understand jealousy, Sean. I understand. I understand the jealousy. The younger family member is succeeding more than you did. And I understand the jealousy there. I understand. But listen, is where it needs to be. The belt is where it should be, and the belt's not going to leave this shoulder.
You keep talking like that.
Leaving.
You keep talking like that.
Not leaving.
I'm gonna come to your house and smack your little mouth. I'm gonna smack you right in the mouth. You keep talking like that.
It's not leaving. This is my baby, and hopefully next week you come prepared and you come ready, because my man was ready for this week, but I had to send him somewhere else. I had to make sure that something else got handled before you, because I have other more important and bigger names to worry about than Sean Evans, the true champ.
That's right. The true champ. The reason this show started
with no belt
was because of me. Listen, the reason this show even exists is because of me. Okay, Courtney didn't have
the owners
for wrestling. He had nothing.
The owners created it. The
owners thought of the idea, but I am the one who created it. They knew that I was the one.
That's all good and grand, but listen, sometimes there's somebody a little bit more and just knows what to do a little bit more. And I am that person. I know what to do to make Off the Top Rope something special. I know what to do. So I will put this on my shoulders, and I will be the dawn of Off the Top Rope. And I will make sure to carry this. I'll make sure to carry this into the future to where it belongs. Off the Top Rope needs to be known worldwide, and I'm the person who's going to do that.
Just remember, you're biting the hand that feeds you.
Ha ha ha! Listen, CM Punk said it best. Your arms are just too short to box with God.
Well, I mean, your arms are too short.
God.
Far from a god.
I am a god.
But you're biting the hand that's feeding you.
We'll see.
Come next week with your whoever handpicked opponent, I'm going to lay him to waste. And then I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. And when I come for you, you're going to realize the hand that bit you is going to be the same hand that smacks you across those little lips of yours. And I'm going to put you in your place.
Here, let me fix what you said. You mean to say, don't bite the hand that feeds you, because that hand will slap you across the face. Right there, people, shows that the champ is actually more better. As you see, Sean didn't even know what to say. He got caught up. His tongue. He didn't know what to say when he's in the presence of greatness, the presence of a dawn, the presence of a god. He doesn't know what to say. A lot of people get shocked in the presence. I will admit that. a goat, a Don. So everybody from Loudmouth Sports Group, Loudmouth Sports Talk, it's Sean Evans and the champ, Loudmouth Luch. Don't forget bombshellbowling.com to get all of your off the top Loudmouth merch.
Let me put this in. Go to bombshellbowling.com/Loudmouth Sports Talk to get all of your apparel for Loudmouth Sports Group. Also, Miss Michelle, she is a great person. She is doing great with our apparels. Is that what you meant to say? That's what you meant to say, right?
No, I did. That's what. Yeah. You do good. You know what you're good at? You're good at selling. I'm good at bringing people and putting asses in seats. That's what I do. You can sell the tickets. You sell the tickets with my name on it. You go sell the tickets with my name on it.
Listen,
that's what you do. You sell the tickets.
They don't come to Loudmouth off the top rope. They don't come to watch it for you. They come to watch it for me. That's the real reason.
These comments say differently.
That's because you paid them.
These comments say differently. I don't need to pay anybody.
That's because you pay them.
Me is a gift. To work with me is all the payment they need. To say that they worked with Loudmouth Luch is enough payment. Is enough of a payment right there.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Remember who's the head of this family. Right here. I'm the head of this family. I'm the head of this family. The only reason you have that belt is because you went to your Aunt Claudia, your aunt, and said, I want a championship belt. And she got
this all myself, boy. This is my baby. And you're just mad. You're mad you've never held a championship. You don't know what it's like to have gold over your shoulder. You don't know what it's like to carry. I got 5 pounds on my neck. I got 15, 20 pounds on my shoulder. So you know what? You can continue to talk shit. You can continue to throw your little jabs and your little sarcastic little. The check gets cut to the big dog, the big man, the champ, the goat, and the Don. Loud mouth.
You're far from a goat.
Listen. Hopefully, if you can make it through my handpicked opponent next week, you can get your payday you're looking for. You can get your payday, okay? But until then, you can sit back and watch me be the champ. And watch me be the champ. So, everybody, Sean.
From us at Loudmouth Off the Top Rope, from
everybody,
Champ and Luch,
the true champ, Loudmouth Luch.
We will see you here next week at 4:00 for another episode of Loudmouth Off the Top Rope
with a special guest.